Welcome to Creepzy, the home of nightmares and haunted tales. Tonight, we bring you a story that is more than just horror. It is a curse that has haunted generations. This is the tale of the haunted doll. The night is silent. Only the cold wind taps on broken windows. Somewhere in an abandoned house, a doll sits forgotten. Its glassy eyes stare into the darkness, never blinking. Some say it is only a toy, but others whisper, this doll is alive and cursed. In the late 19th century, there was a lonely carpenter in a small European village. He crafted toys for children, but had no family of his own. Tragedy struck when his little daughter died suddenly, heartbroken. He carved a doll in her image, painting it with sorrow. But this was no ordinary doll. It is said he performed a forbidden ritual to bring it to life. From that night, strange things began to happen in his house. Villagers claimed they saw the doll move and heard a child's laughter at midnight. Soon, whispers about the doll spread across the entire village. Children refused to go near the carpenter's house. At night, villagers claimed they saw a shadow moving behind the windows, and always the laughter of a little girl echoed through the cold air. One evening, a family who visited the carpenter returned in terror. They swore that the doll blinked at them. That same night, their youngest son fell sick with a high fever. The villagers began to believe the doll was cursed. The carpenter, however, denied everything. He claimed, "My daughter lives in this doll. She is not evil." But his eyes told another story. He became obsessed, talking to the doll, feeding it, even singing lullabies at night. The villagers grew more afraid, and some demanded that the doll be destroyed. Then came the night of the blood moon. A red glow spread across the sky, and the air felt heavy. The carpenter was seen carrying the doll into the forest. Villagers secretly followed him, fearing what he might do. Deep in the woods, he placed the doll in a circle of candles. He whispered words no one understood. Suddenly, the doll's head turned, and its glassy eyes began to glow red. The villagers gasped in horror. The villagers froze as the doll's eyes glowed brighter. The carpenter smiled like a madman, whispering, "She is here. My daughter is here." Suddenly, one of the villagers screamed. His body twisted violently as if invisible hands were crushing him. The others watched in terror as blood poured from his mouth. The doll's laughter echoed through the forest. That man fell lifeless to the ground. He was the first victim of the curse. Panic spread across the entire village. Families locked their doors at night, praying for safety. Children cried whenever they heard the faint sound of laughter outside. The carpenter, however, roamed the streets with the doll in his arms. He whispered lullabies to it, ignoring the screams of terrified villagers. A group of brave men decided to end the curse once and for all. Late one night, they entered the carpenter's house with axes and fire. The house was dark, filled with the smell of decay. In the center, sat the doll, staring at them with lifeless eyes. They raised their axes to strike, but before they could swing every candle in the room lit up by itself, the doll's eyes flared red once again, and a chilling scream filled the air. The men dropped their axes in fear as the doll's scream grew louder. The carpenter rushed into the room, holding the doll protectively. "Leave her! She is my daughter!" he shouted, his voice trembling. But the doll turned its head and stared at him coldly. For the first time, even the carpenter looked afraid. Suddenly, the doll spoke in a child's voice. "Father, you trapped me. I was never meant to live in this body." The villagers gasped. Some fell to their knees in terror. The carpenter broke down in tears, realizing the truth. He had not saved his daughter. He had cursed her soul. The villagers, gathering courage, surrounded the house. They lit torches and chanted prayers, hoping to break the curse. The doll screamed, shaking violently in the carpenter's arms. Suddenly, fire spread across the room, consuming the walls. The carpenter, still holding the doll, refused to let go. His last words echoed through the flames. "Forgive me, my child." The house collapsed in fire, burying them forever. The curse seemed to end that night. But some say, in the silence of midnight, a child's laughter can still be heard near the ruins, and sometimes a broken doll appears on the ground, staring at those who dare to look.